Hello fellow academics and welcome back to Gearhaven. Today is an important episode because I think I've figured out a way where we can avoid sort of these back and forth, what shall I call them, waves that make the area down here overflow. I think the majority of the issues are occurring when the water actually tips over here. So we kind of want to try to avoid this. At the moment, we do have a little bit of water flow down here, but all in all up here, this should still build up. So what I am thinking is instead of having the water tip over here and then just swamp all over this area, we could try to utilize our badwater channel here and see if we can't use that as sort of the necessary buffer in terms of volume, water volume. We can have the excess water just go out there. Everything here should still be supplied with water in this area because of these sluices in here. But besides that, it should be doable. Now this could also horribly go wrong, especially if this capacity here of that water flow is not big enough to accommodate the excess water flow from up here. But I think we're still going to give it a try. So in order to do so, we're first going to go ahead and we need to make kind of the proper channel over here. So that's the first thing that we will be doing. And I guess the best way for us to do this is to put some explosives in here. So I want them to flow kind of on a bit of a diagonal over here. So if we're adding explosives in these sections, we will also need more explosives back here. And I do wonder if 2 of them instead of 3 of them will actually be enough. Probably not, to be honest. Oh, actually, hold on. We can make this easier on us if we're going to remove these explosives here. And we're just gonna keep building up our levees up to this level. Now, if we get it all the way back here, and we're just exploding out those 2, I think that would be overall pretty decent, to be honest. All right, so let's for now make sure this is on the highest priority, especially sort of this cutting down. We will need to figure out a way to get up here and make this, well, as efficient as we can. But that should also not be a problem. For now, we're making a temporary connection out in the back, deleting this path here, and then adding our 1 levee down here, as well as our staircase, spiral staircase, flip. There we go. 1 here, and then a regular staircase up there. So this way we should be able to just fill up the back with more levees once this is actually built in. And I'm going to set this to the highest priority as well, because I guess why not? We do have a ton of bots though that are currently unemployed. Now, because we're running, well, not running, we ran out of metal. I think that part here is pretty good. I mean, we do have still 300 metal blocks in storage, which will definitely help us, because especially here, we want to make sure that we are placing our sluices in. I'm actually going to set them in right away. Actually, no sluices. We need those to be damn pieces. There we go. Right, because once this is in, we can actually explode these away. I do wonder if we could already clear this out. Let me actually have a little bit of excess flow there. So this should top up real soon. and then have it flow over in this direction. Or maybe not. We still need to go higher? Still not overflowing. What is going on? You can't tell me you're using up so much water here. Huh. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why this doesn't tip over. Let's go ahead and add a bit more in there. Maybe it's because we have the... there we go. Now it's overflowing, which means this area is going down. That'll be good, because once that up there is in, we'll be able to replace the dam pieces there with just regular levees and kind of close up that area here. And then open this area here up. There we go. Like I mentioned before, we probably want 3 of the outlets here. So that is something that we will definitely need to tackle. Contaminated beaver. Yeah, they're just chilling out in that area. That's pretty good. In the meantime, let's go ahead and already replace those dam pieces with levees. A little bit of excess water going out this way, but that's okay. Highest priority on these, actually. No. That would have almost flooded our entire civilization. Okay, highest priority on that one, though. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is make sure this area here turns into something more reasonable. Actually, we just want to keep this open, ultimately. The way we're going to tackle this is just setting up 2 platforms there. Set these 2 on highest priority as well, because then we can put in our path system right there. All right, double check. All of this is on highest priority. How are we doing in terms of logs? 205. So they shouldn't actually take too long to get all of this built. Now, we do want to utilize our bots a bit more. Let's see what else we can actually still replace. Wood industry, I think, is completely swapped out. You're not. So I can definitely put a bot in here. Our lumberjacks back there can also be replaced by bots. Food is doing okay still. And all of you can actually be replaced by bots as well. There we go. All right. I'd put this in here so we could expand in this corner a little bit more in terms of like log supplies. And maybe at some point we'll actually just explode this one down so we get a little bit more storage area, so to speak. So right now we still have more bots that we could be utilizing, but I'm really hoping that our mine will be done soon. Oh, look at that. They're done over here. They're done over there. Set you back to 1.4. I think 1.4 is fine. And you're opening up once it's at 0.4. That is good. And then we have you opening up. This is still a bit worrisome. Every now and then this gets flooded. And now that I'm also opening up this part, we'll have even more water flow. So probably need to reinforce this area a bit better. So makes me think this industrial lumber mill is not in a good spot. Because if we remove you, we could actually not dam this up, but expand this a little bit more. And then have the badwater a little bit more controlled, flowing into that area down here. So I think we're actually going to do that. So let's go ahead and place down our platforms. Gonna platform this entire area up. And then we're going to set a industrial lumber mill be connected over there. But we want to make sure that our coffee brewery, very important, cheers to that, having coffee right now. And yes, they need it. Because of course they need it. Right. So let's make sure we high prioritize this. So we can delete this lumber mill right here. And then we still need to make our way up that area. Is this actually filling up again? Well, not right now because we are in a drought. Of course we are. Let me actually detonate all of these. There we go. And remove the stairs. And remove these stairs. And then one more dynamite back here. So all of this is cleared out as well. Now this was not a good idea. Because our farm up there obviously is now without water because I removed all of the water here. Yeah. Not great. Not great. Oh, look at that. That was pretty quick. Okay, and you've built all of this already as well. Awesome. Let's go ahead and put down our gear workshop. Right there. Highest priority. We're going to set you to be run by bots. Our connection is in as well. So I will actually remove... Oh, that's actually... Hold on. That is a lumber mill. Not a gear workshop. So let's also add a lumber mill next to it. And we might actually not place any of the charging stations down here. So if instead we're gonna go ahead and put, it's under science, I think, yep. Put 3 charging stations here. We can actually go ahead and delete you guys. If I remove you, is the rest still connected though? And I don't think it would be. No, this connects into that charging station. And that is only powered because it connects through the lumber mill. Ah. Interesting. Right. So that is definitely something we really need to figure out. By we, I mean, obviously, well, me. But if you do have any ideas, let me know. Okay, the efficient mine is almost in, so I'm very happy about that. And maybe this time we can figure this out actually before we build the entire rest. So let's have a look at what things we could utilize up here. So we need to have a 4 wide kind of thing. We could potentially unlock the metal platform, which is 5 wide. It's a bit too wide, I think. Instead, having platforms up like this, that's too high. Actually, you could stay. Now that this one is in, let's put you into bots. You're already on a bot. So now I can remove this lumber mill. Hold on. I don't want to remove this lumber mill. I wanted to remove this one. Good. And then let's see if we can't add Still can't add the power on top of the charging station. It still gets power back here, but obviously we connect this up. What did we connect this? No, this is not connected to this power network. Oh, no. Makes sense. Power supply much lower than the power demand, much higher than the power supply. But that is something that we will need to fix. All right, but that should be easy enough to do. If we're gonna go ahead and remove you and then just add our power connection in like this, we should be very easily able to add this in. And then we can add our platform over here. Now, in order to make this work, we don't actually need that much. What we need to do is another double platform here. And the big question is, what are you doing in here? Levy, we don't need you. So next thing we can do as well. Actually, let's not do the double platforms here. Because if we do this right, which is a big if, we should be overall okay. So if I add you here, I could technically make this a little bit bigger. No, but if we do that, we can't actually go into this direction. Okay. Okay. Leave you guys in, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and put in the triple platforms here. And then we are gonna unlock the 2 wide area. Yes, 350 signs, that is fine. That looks good, I would say. And we're also gonna go ahead and just make this as big as we can, so to speak. Don't need you though, because I think we want the badwater to kind of drop down in this area, which means we would then go ahead and put levee system here like that. Now you're technically no, let's make this a bit proper, a bit more proper, not a bit proper. Right, we need one more. So if we do this, yes, then we can go ahead and now add the levees in here, which will give us this double area right there to allow for the bad water to drop, and that just means we need to put the impermeable floor. I believe we haven't unlocked this yet. Into here. All right. So the next big challenge is, how do we actually get over there? And that is not an easy one. Actually, maybe it's not that difficult. Let's see. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. This is 3000 science, so we do have the science, so let's go ahead. Place you here. Make sure we have a platform there, and then we can easily expand our path into this direction. Going over there, single platform on both sides. Might even turn this. No, I don't think there's no water wheel will actually fit in there. But regardless, doing all of this here, we'll be in a pretty good spot that will allow us to build everything up here whenever our beavers are ready. So mine is in. Yes, we're replacing you all with bots. But you on the lowest priority. Something else apparently is on the lowest priority. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just only have 5 bots working back here. However, that means our iron supply, need to set Recipe, scrap metal. What does the efficient one do again? It needs extract. I think we do have a ton of extract, but for now, let's focus on the regular recipe. There we go. Now we do have more scrap metal coming our way. I've already built this over here. They're fast. Wow. Pretty cool. All right. And this is coming into place very slowly. We are in a drought, so I don't need to worry about this already flowing over. But I think all in all, it should just do the trick. Now, the only if, that might be kind of a biggish if, will we have enough power, like water capacity over here to handle all this overflow? I guess we'll need to see. Buildings lacking goods. What are you lacking? Why are you lacking? Canola oil. Well, you have everything you need. Huh. Right. We can, however, utilize our 2 extra bots, just turning you into a bot run factory. Pretty good. Farmhouses down there, we could actually replace them. That might not be the worst. Or actually just get our builder's hut more like bot run. But, you know, future worries. Future worries. It is kind of funny that the late game here always seems to evolve around making your beavers unemployed. Kind of weird. But I guess so. All right, here we go. Actually getting along pretty well. Even that might have already solved our overflow problems. But by redirecting it around this corner, we also have another area right there where we could place something at some point. We'll see how we're going to utilize it. But for now, it's definitely going to be okay. All right, all right. Could actually go ahead and lower prioritize the impermeable floors. Yeah, and too late. Yeah, and our beavers are, of course, running through there. Let's see if they got contaminated. I hope not. Then again, a bad water shower, probably not the greatest. Why are you still prioritizing these? Pause. And this is technically covered, but this is run by bots, so they should actually be okay. I'm hoping. And the last one of the impermeable floors levees is coming in. Just 2 more wood. There it is. Come on, there we go. And I think now we have it properly like redirected. So if this is not enough cover, so to speak, we can always remove you from here, although you're also run by bots, so you should be fine. I don't think we need to really worry about it at all anymore in terms of where that bad water is flowing. Looks a bit funny, but you know, ultimately I think it'll do the trick for us. All right, which means, well, once the regular season is back, we will see if that solves sort of the flooding issues we kept having. Overall, this looks pretty good. I don't think you will actually fill. Will you fill up? You will actually fill up. So why are you at 1.45? It's because of you are at, okay, actually that makes sense. So we'll take that as it is. Could, in theory, again, like move all of this a little bit further back. Get a little bit more water storage in here for our log supply. But I think overall we're doing just fine. This is running smoothly as well. We can now actually unpause the large water wheel here in the back. Kind of cleaning it up a little bit. But yeah. Really curious to see if this is working. Again, either it works fine or it'll flood all of our beavers kind of straight away. And if that's the case, we'll be able to tackle this. But again, hoping that at least for now, things will be okay. I guess worst case is we can temporarily close out of this. The badwater pump should still be okay. Even if it's then a mix out of regular water and bad water. But from my experience, they'll still just work just fine. All right, 3 more bots available. We're gonna swap out our builders so they can keep this going. Planks, we're doing actually pretty okay in planks. Logs, more than okay. Let's unpause you as well. And then we're also going to make sure that we're already connecting this up here, power shaft in. And once you've built that one, I actually can already plan the rest, because it's the only question is this last one, and you could be on a slightly higher priority. And then we have you fully connected into this power network right here. Okay. Okay. So these two, however, the question still remains, how do we get them in here? And I guess what all we really need to do is remove this path. Actually, I'm not going to do that yet, but we'll just put in the power wheel over here and then connect this up on the side with the path right now. And then these two should also feed into that power network right there. Still doing overall good in terms of power. Besides that, I might already call this an episode. So with this, I'm really hoping that we have sorted out our flooding issues, but we'll see how this goes. All right, with that, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.